Hello there, how are you doing? Now it's time for us to start writing some code. Exciting. So let's close this one. Let's go to, like I said, we're going to be working inside the source folder. Let's go to source folder and components, app. This is the component being rendered on the screen. As you can see, we have nothing. Okay, we're returning nothing. Let's return a form so that we can create some notes, right, and save in the database straight away. So let's create a basic bootstrap bootstrap form. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the sidebar so that it is full width, you can see it nicely. So basically we're working here. Okay, so command K B, so let me hide the sidebar. Okay, so I'm going to create a div return. Now every time you want to return something, if it is in multi-line, if it is more than one return statement, you use the parenthesis. Okay, so within these parentheses we have this div. Now let's give it a class name. Now make sure you always write class name when you're writing JSX. Okay, so this is JSX. Okay, we're going to write, it's not HTML, which looks exactly like HTML, so that way it's easier to learn. So only few things you need to keep in mind, such as class is class name, so basically when you talk about Java JSX, it's a combination of HTML and JavaScript. Okay, so let's begin. Div class name equals to container fluid, right? So I want to get a full width container, and now here inside I create another div, and then this div I'll give you a class name of row. Okay, now inside this row I want to have this div which is a 6 column width and then offset 3 on each side, so it's right in the middle. Looks good that way. So let's create div. Now this div will have a class name of column small 6, and then I want to have offset 3 on each side because it needs to be total 12, right? So column small offset 3. Great. Now inside this div let's create a form, and in this form what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple of divs, two divs. So one div will have an input and another div will have a text area. Okay, so the first div inside a form will have a class name of form group. Okay, bootstrap class name form group, and inside this div we can have an input field. Input type will be text, right? And then name, let's give it a name of title, which we will use. Class name, what do we give it? Class name form control, and I'm going to style this form in a nice way. So let's give it a class name of no border. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of border, but in the very end of this video, so just put this class name here. Okay, class name no border. All right, and then placeholder, what do you write? Say title, and then let's also make it required. Okay, so it is required. Okay, save it, and I have this auto formatting. It's a JSPredia. I think this plugin is really amazing. So container fluid, and then we have this row. Inside the row we have this div which is column small 6 and offset 3 on each side. Inside that we have a form. Inside this form we have a div with an input field. Okay, so this input has the type name, class name, placeholder. Let's do the same. We need another field, but this time it's not input, this time it's a text area, but we can slightly change it. So copy this one, copy and then paste in here. So this one also will have a form group. Now this one will be text area, and then the type is text area. In fact, type is text. Name is, let's call it body, and then the class name That's fine. Placeholder, body, and then required, and make it required. Now this form has the input, text area. What else we need? We need a button as well, right? So let's create another div for this. In fact, let me paste the one I copied earlier. Now just get rid of this input. So button, this button will have a class name of button primary. Primary always looks good, nice and blue. Button class name button primary, and I want to make it full with the same as the form. Okay, so you might not want, but I like this one. It looks pretty cool. Column small 12. Okay, so it will fit the whole width. Awesome. So we got this right. We got the form. We got the text area, and we got the button, which is this one. Okay, so let's see this in action, how it looks. Oh wow, looks pretty decent, right? All we need is a button name here, so let's give it a button name. So if it is a single elements like this, it just self-close. So in this case, we obviously want to have something inside. So save. Awesome, right? Beautiful looking form we have, so that we can create nodes and save in the database. All right, in this lesson we learn how to create this form, which is not really a React specific, but still it helps, right? Because I remember when I was learning React, it was so hard to style elements. You had to write your own CSS and all that. So even learning this, implementing Bootstrap is quite a skill. All right, so let's work on how do we make this form to work. Let's do that in the very next video. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.